Hey, your shoes are too big. It's like slightly like above average, like probably like 10 centimeters. I would say maybe 12 maximum. But I've seen like some 15 centimeters, like to be honest.
Hey, this is Bryce from WP, and today the topic is probably the number one things most important in game. How do you change from very logical to emotional? And most importantly, how do I put myself in a good state consistently? So one of the biggest feedback we give guys on pretty much every bootcamp with Jeff is the students are not smiling. They go talk to girls on Friday, Saturday, nightclub is raging. Everybody is like having fun, drinking, music, light, chaos. Then we point few girls to students, and in literally like few seconds, they are back with their sad face, holding their little dick, saying it didn't work. Guys just don't know how to do that, and that's the first step of a good pickup. Like, how can I even smile on demand? I'm a pretty serious guy. I build like airplane, aircraft things that are very serious, very logical. So definitely be able to like turn that switch from logical to emotional, which is paramount for this area, like game and talking to pretty girls. It was something that I found out fairly early. And I was definitely gonna need to change my personality and a way to hack that. And the way I did it, I started understanding that fun is a prerequisite, like to really attract attractive girl and attract anybody in general, like in your life as well. It's super important. So you need to start to do that before arriving in the venue. So you can start from beginning, understanding. I know I was watching a lot of like RSD content back in the days, and Tyler was talking about the fact that he can change his mood to act drunk, even like if he doesn't drink anything, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't take any drugs. And you have to recognize like you can actually change your states if you've been drunk before, because your body remembers it, and you can like act stupid, laugh, and laughing is also very communicative. So recently I was just watching a random video, I think it was on IG, and there's a therapist, and she's talking to his client, his patient. And it's pretty funny because she asked his patient, can you do ha? And the guy say, ha? Can you do ha ha? And he say, ha ha? Can you do na ha 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 ha? And the guy say, ha 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 ha. And then she say, can you do ha 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 ha? And the guy starts saying, ha 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 ha. And he starts genuinely laughing. And that's exactly what Tyler was teaching me 10 years ago when I started going out, looking in the mirror, my own face. And it was an exercise that he gave me. Just look yourself in the mirror and start making little facial funny expression. And at some point, it starts to being so obnoxious if you really do that and you stick in front of the mirror and you start really laughing at yourself. And that's just hilarious because now I would go out and I would be already laughing before going out. So forcing yourself is very pathetic, but it's a great hack to start finding things funny and bizarre. And you realize like every night I would go out back in the days because I didn't drink anymore. And it was just difficult to generate this good emotion consistently. So I would already arriving with those type of hacks, self-amuse, laughing my ass off, and of course that would be extremely attractive for girls. So Now, this only works because those three rules, three criteria to have fun. Number one, you gotta be extremely present. Number two, you have to accept fully the rules of the game. And number three is have no expectation. I think people like me, let's say nerd, engineer, background, doctor, science, military, laws, have a bit of hard time first because they do not want to break their ego. It sounds crazy probably to you, but guys refuse to have fun because they think they look like retard and they don't want to be judged. But to me, it's a big, big mistake. And trust me on that, I became a complete retard over the years, especially the last few years hanging out with Jeff. And my resulted like keep increasing and go to the roof. So if you feel you're starting becoming a full retard, you're going in the right direction. All right, so let's go back to the core problem, logical versus emotion. The key idea is most guys stay too serious, too analytical. Students are just not smiling. If you want to start like changing your emotion, you have to like taking action. And that's the step that if you're not taking action, if you're not even doing anything, your state's gonna stay exactly the same way. So newbie tend to start going out and like in bars and nightclub, and they think the environment is gonna provide the fun. They think like the source of good emotion is gonna come from the alcohol, the girls, the DJ, their friend. And the problem with that is if you go out consistently to learn the skill set, the fun is not coming from the DJ, it's coming from you. So you gotta be the source of that fun and not depending on anything like the music, the vibe, the ratio. So you gotta start like really understanding that you are the source of your good emotion. So first, you can start forcing it, and then those things gonna become like a habit. And after like years and years of me doing this, I just do that on demand. It's just like very easy for me to do it. So let's go now to a great book that I was reading. I was trying to understand. So what is like funny? There's this book from Mel Alitzer, I believe. She talked about how to write comedy show, how to write things that are funny for comedian and why people laugh from the first place. The first thing that you have to understand is we laugh because of surprise. We laugh because something is incongruent. And the second point is we laugh because of superiority and when we feel we are winning. So a good example of surprise is like a lot of joke usually have like a little twist at the end, and that's usually when your joke start to be funny. So the timing is very important. So you can have like a very like good conversation and holding a dick. No, I'm kidding. But you probably were like, what the heck? And that could be a source of like laugh. Like if I'm really serious about like a topic and all of a sudden I throw something out of the blue, people tend to laugh at this. Now the other aspect is that feeling of superiority, and that's coming from our mammal ancestor, you know, the monkey, who would have like this like facial expression like thousands and thousands of years ago, where he would be overcoming something, where he would beat the opponent. And that feeling of superiority was kind of like the starting point of like laughing. So when we make fun of other people, when we beat someone, a lot of jokes are about that. They make you laugh essentially. So you can hear like in conversation in the nightclub, it's all about making fun of like inferior like class, if you will. A great tips that Derek gave me like many years ago is like, Bryce, if you're not having fun, take your phone, go on Google and just look for the protected class. Like it's the Civil Act of like 1664, something like that. And what is referring is like in 1664, they defined the category of protected from discrimination. And the main class, if you look it up quickly, it's going to be about race, color, religion, sex, national origin. And you can expand on that because we always create new class. And if you start like taking any of those class and start picking on one and making a joke about it, you're gonna be on the right track to start like laughing. And nowadays, like, trust me, with the gender identity, it's just hilarious. Like, you can go and I start like making combo of it, which is like super funny to me. So breaking the norm and not being like politically correct, like with this feeling of judging yourself, super key. A lot of guys can't have fun because they filter themselves way too much. That's also an important like part of it. Now, the currency is the club. Understand that. It's not the money, it's not the status, it's not the look. The currency in the club is the fun. So your ability to generate like emotion, especially fun and laughter, it's a skill set. And you can train for it. And like everything, it's gonna compound and you're gonna get better at it. And very soon, you're gonna be a complete narcissistic, retard, and you name it, all the categories of like what people hate, that's gonna become you, but you're gonna have like a lot of fun, and that fun is gonna really help you creating this vibe that girls are so attracted to, especially hot girls. They tend to really resonate with like dark sense of humor. So go with that, full on it. So I hope this was valuable, and I hope you're gonna have fun tonight, and I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, peace.